Oof. All right, what's up, guys? So today is Tuesday. I didn't get around to talking about the first load when I actually got to Tunkhannock. Mostly because I played that video back for like the first 10 seconds. I'm still really disappointed with how the audio came out, but I played it back for 10 seconds and I got pissed off, and I put the phone away and just said because I felt at that point that I needed to re-record it. Today I threw it up and I started editing it and stuff, and I listened through that video and I was like, you know what, you can still make out what I'm saying. I actually had to turn the volume down over 50% because of that microphone, which isn't a bad thing. I had the microphone, it was right here on my shirt, so it was just out of the camera view. But I don't know if it was... These planes are loud. I don't know if it was like tapping on my sweatshirt or if that was just the microphone itself. So I'm going to have to experiment with it a little bit more. Maybe try to actually hook it up here so that the mic's not touching any part of my shirt. We'll give that a try. This isn't really bad. This really isn't bad. With the phone, honestly, I think the phone audio is better than that lapel mic. But like I said, I want to try to build up some money anyway to buy some of the extra video stuff and whatnot, and I think I'm going to end up getting one of those Bluetooth microphones that are noise canceling so that everybody can hear what I'm saying and not so much of everything that's going on around me. Belt or something squeaking on that truck, and that just reminded me, after getting all the work done on my truck, I no longer have a squeal. Anyway, we picked up that I picked up that load. Everything went pretty good. I brought it up to Stoneham, Massachusetts. It was BJ's Wholesale. I ended up parking out on the street. It was a dead-end street with a car dealership and stuff at the end. It kind of sucked where I parked. Well, where I wanted to park. Basically, you came up to the building on the street, and then you had to turn right into where the docks were, pull up, and then do a seaside back. There was a truck parked on the right side of the road, on the same side as the BJ's. So what I ended up doing, I was able to pull up right behind that truck, but the ass end of the trailer was right at the entrance for BJ's, and I didn't want to block anybody's view or anything pulling in and out, and I just didn't want to cause any issues. Not to mention my appointment was until 9:30, and had I overslept more than I planned on, I didn't want to be blocking traffic as the store was opening up. It wasn't blocking traffic, but making it so traffic couldn't see when they were trying to leave. So I ended up turning myself around. I just parked on the opposite side. So that meant the next morning I had to pull out of all the cars that were in front of and behind me, and then back down the road and then pull in so that I can stay doing the seaside. Plus I wasn't able to flip around the other way. But it all went off great. It was like 9:40 when I pulled out of there. I checked in, it was I walked in there at almost 8:30, hour early. But we got out of there nice and quick. I mean, not quick, but we got out of there just after our appointment time. I went back. I did look for some loads, but I ended up going deadheading straight back. It was $1.87 a mile, all miles. So I made out pretty good. You figure if you look at just the loaded rate, it was I did it in my head earlier. $1.87 times 2, so that's 80. That's $1.60. $1.74. So $3.74 a mile for the loaded side. But again, when you break it down, it's $1.87 all miles, which I ended up doing because I didn't get the backhaul. We went back to Tunkhannock yesterday, dropped off the empty trailer, and then I bobtailed down to Walmart, grabbed a few things, sat there trying to figure out loads. I figured out one load. I bidded on it, and then all of a sudden I get a notification maybe an hour later. They took that exact load and they matched it up with another load. So the load was for me to deadhead 300 miles, bobtail 300 miles to Shippensburg, pick up a trailer down there, and then it was a drop and hook up in Amsterdam, New York, and then bring a trailer back to Shippensburg. That's what I originally bidded on. The one that popped up afterwards took that exact load. Instead of dropping off the empty in Shippensburg, it was dropping off in Tunkhannock. Pick up a load out of Tunkhannock and go down to Front Royal, Virginia, which I believe is a Family Dollar. That was a live unload at 6:30 in the morning. Tomorrow. 6:30 in the morning, Wednesday. 6:30 in the morning, Wednesday. So I bidded on that one. It was like 800 and something miles. I put a bid in for $2,000. I won the bid. Before I would accept it, I ran the hours through. And it was a 45,000 pound load going up to Amsterdam. Amsterdam was not an issue. But by the time I calculated in all the time, I was being cautious too. I was averaging 50 miles an hour just to be on the safe side, because I don't want. It was only going to be my second run with Convoy, so I don't want to give myself a bad name before I even get started. So I looked at the when I calculated all the hours and stuff, it would have put me I would have had to take 2 sleeper breaks. It would have put me about 3 hours behind. Now, I probably could have made that up a little bit with doing the speed limit and averaging out better time, because I don't really stop anywhere. The occasional bathroom break, and that's on long runs and when I'm drinking a lot. I've been drinking water and I've been drinking very little, at least for the last 3 days. But I probably could have made the delivery, is what I'm trying to say. But I didn't want to take the chance, so I declined it. But it is nice to know that I could have had it for $2,000. Turns out when I woke up this morning, they finally accepted it at 9:30 last night, the Amsterdam load, for what I bidded on it. I started the bid at $13.80, and then I just kind of creeped it down, just trying to get the load, $10-15 at a time. I ended up getting it down to, I brought it down to $13.40, and then when I declined the bid where they double stacked the loads, I went back into it and I dropped my bid down to $1,300. just because I couldn't make that front royal. So I was hoping that if they did split it up, they can give me it. As it approached closer to bedtime for me to start getting ready to lay down, I said screw it and I threw the bid back up to $13.50. 9 o'clock this morning, I found out that they accepted my bid for $13.50, 9:30 last night. For whatever reason, I didn't get the notification either in my email or through the Convoy app. And I know I didn't go to bed at 9:30, so I was up way past that, but I didn't hear it go off. But I had an email showing that the bid was accepted. Unfortunately, I missed out. So, it is what it is. I woke up this morning, the load was off and gone. So I putzed around this morning. I got up 8 o'clock this morning. I ended up leaving the Walmart. I went down the road to the new truck stop that's DNC Fuel. There's one in Tunkhannock, on the west side of Tunkhannock, up on the mountain, like a mile and a half, maybe 2 miles from P&G. There's another one down on the east side of Tunkhannock that they just recently opened not too long ago. I know when I was with F2F, they had just started building it, but now it's all ready to go. It's not 24 hours, but I pulled in there last night, there wasn't one truck. So anyway, I woke up this morning about 8 o'clock, and got on the load board, started looking around, and then I found this load. I seen about 3 or 4 of these loads yesterday, all paper towel loads coming to Wakefern, which is those up here in the Northeast know about it. ShopRite warehouse. I really didn't want it, and I've been sitting here since 4 o'clock, and this is why. My appointment was at 5:30. I checked in. No, I got here about 4:15. I checked in at 4:30. Got done checking in at 4:35. They pulled me in at 5:30, and it's now 8 o'clock. I have a green light. I'm just waiting for them to call me to tell me that they're all done with their paperwork and I can come get my stuff. But I really don't care. It's at this point, it doesn't really matter. They were trying to sell this load for. Should go find that other convoy driver and ask him. And he pulled in after me. I wonder if he's down there still. I put a bid in on this load this morning. It didn't have to pick up until 3 o'clock this afternoon. No, it had to pick up at noon. It had to pick up between, I don't know, whatever, 8 o'clock in the morning and noon. So I went up there. I checked in probably about 11:45. Took my time, hung out in the truck for a while. Checked in, got the trailer, everything. I was out of there about 12:15. But I put a bid on this load this morning for $850. The round trip is 289 miles, 98 miles, 300 miles. The round trip is 300 miles, and I put a bid for $850. They counter offered me at $800. I jumped on it. And at this point right now, it looks like, I don't know how much they're paying. I don't think it's much of anything, but they're paying at this rate, it looks like they're paying detention. My appointment was 5:30. It's 8 o'clock now. So I got to look into the detention and find out exactly how it works. I think I have to do the detention after it's over. And we'll figure it out. If we get it, we get it. If not, made $800 on 300 miles. What is that? 3 into 8. It's 2.2. 220 a mile. Right? I think it's 220 a mile. Either way. Still pretty good. Especially that half of that is deadhead. I mean, I know these loads would pay more if I had my own trailer, but $220 a mile, I don't have any trailer costs, and I'm getting 100% of the pay. I'm doing great. That's the way I'm looking at it right now. I am also seeing that if they sent me an email, I think it was an email a little while ago, and it showed, matter of fact, I think I still have I think I'm still connected. No, I'm not connected. Let's see if I can connect this real quick. Give me one. That's weird. It actually stopped my recording to connect my hotspot. Yes, here it is. So Convoy sent me this little email real quick. I'll blow it up so I can show you guys. And it's an on-time thing. Let's see if you guys can make that out. It's an on-time thing. So basically, on-time pickup, driver app use, and low. I'm sure you guys can read it. I'm having a hard time. Low fall-off score. So basically, if you accepted a load and then you came off of the load because of whatever reason you fell off of it, that's your fall-off score. So if you keep all that in good checks, you can get quick pays for everybody. You get the first two. You get. You guys already seen it. Automated detention. So as long as you keep on time and driver app use, you get automated detention. And then when you keep all three in good standings, you get fewer calls and win more bids. The win more bids on loads where you meet our quality standards, you'll qualify for benefits like free quick pay, fewer ETA calls, and automated detention. When you exceed our quality standards, you can even win more bids. By being a high-quality carrier, you improve your chances of winning. Loads in the Convoy app, even when your bid isn't the lowest. I think that's freaking awesome. Alright, so I guess I should have started the, I don't know what's going on here with the camera. I guess I should have started the detention thing sooner. I don't know. It says make sure there's a timestamp on the bill, but they don't stamp it, so I'm just going to write the times down. What time I got here, what time I checked in. What time I checked in and what time I checked out. Might get that $50 after all. The reason I had to jump off real quick was I ended up winning another bid, but we'll talk about that tomorrow. So anyway, we finished our other load. We started that on Sunday. We delivered Monday morning. Brought back our empty on Monday. And now today's Tuesday. As of this afternoon, Tuesday afternoon, I already been paid. So I'm guessing, not 100% positive, but I'm guessing that the money will be in my account tomorrow morning. Man, I hope it is too. And then I ended up, like I said, we delivered yesterday. This morning we booked this load, $800, round trip 300 miles. Another paper towel load. I'm trying to stay out of Tunkhannock because that's where the light loads are. So even if I don't make great per mile, I'm saving by not spending so much on fuel. So tonight, once I'm done here, I'm gonna head straight back to Tunkhannock and drop off the trailer, which ends my load. When I end my load, that automatically starts getting me processed to get paid. So hopefully by tomorrow afternoon, they'll submit this one for pay. So I should be able to get paid tomorrow morning and then the next morning. See what happens. That light is really bright. So that's it. Not really going to touch on our next load. Save that for tomorrow's video. It's pretty cool. We're here. Where we're at is Wakefern in Elizabeth, New Jersey. The best part about here is I get to watch the airplanes. They fly right over my head. See if I can catch a video of them. It's pretty cool. Hopefully none of them have engine trouble on takeoff, because they get that'd probably be the worst thing. Yeah, I guess that's it. The other nice thing about pulling out of P&G, I don't have to strap up the load. Secure the load, however you want to put that. And I'm kind of just enjoying myself. It's kind of just, I had somebody mention it in the comments on one of the couple past videos, and I can't remember. I am terrible with names, so frequent people that pop up, I recognize their name when I see them, but I don't remember their name generally, unless I've met them face to face or something along them lines. But somebody had mentioned that it's a lot less stressful, and I don't know if it has to do with having my own authority or if it has to do with the loads that I'm taking, but I feel really relaxed. Like I have nothing to worry about. Like, I'm picking up the loads. I have plenty of time to do them. I've been driving pretty much the speed limit. A couple instances a little under the speed limit. Pretty much when I went up to Massachusetts, I ran most of that at the speed limit. I mean, 65 is the speed limit. I set it at 66. I will say that first load, I don't know what the deal was, but that trailer, I don't know if it was that trailer or if it was the load itself, but it it felt heavier than it was. This guy's doing a drive-by like he's getting ready to back into where I'm at. He just keeps going. And this door's awfully close to our trucks. They must have a lot of counting to do on this paper towels. I think that's the other convoy load that I've seen. I don't know. So that's it. I guess if I can, I'll try to grab another road footage video on the way out of here. I don't know how well it's going to come out. I did move my camera. You guys can probably tell that. I found out that there's like the phone holder that I have, Max Mount or whatever the heck it's called. You can pretty much stick the thing anywhere. I highly recommend it. I'm not really big on the phone holder aspect of it. I'd like to try to change that part out, but the sticky part, the suction cup, that thing will stick anywhere. Yeah, you guys just look up Max Mount. You can probably find a video on it. There's for the suction cup, it's like this black, really sticky stuff. You can pull it off. You just wipe it down, rinse it off with some water, let it air dry, and then you can stick it to any surface you want. And then with this, with the Freightliner dashboard, it's like a, I want to say like a diamond plate, like a really tight diamond plate. And anybody with a Freightliner knows what I'm talking about, but it has that rough surface. It sticks right to that. I mean, that's where my phone has been sitting this entire time for all my recordings and stuff. But the piece that the phone actually hooks onto, it would only allow me to swivel the phone like this, up and down. I couldn't turn it side to side. So I figured out that I thought it was like bolted in on that one, bolted that way. So I couldn't, I finally realized that I was able to, it took a little pressure, but I was able to spin that over. So now the phone will do this and it doesn't really move up and down, which is really nice. So now I can position it more on me, or I can turn it for the outside camera. But I can't go up and down with it. There's no movement for up and down. So I got it pretty much positioned where I need it for, so I can do side to side. A little shot of the, the parked trailers. I can actually go more than that, I think. Yep. And all I'm doing is spinning it. I have a little up and down. That's it. That's all the up and down I have. But it makes it, now it's down too much. It makes it, it's a lot better. So we should be able to get a lot better road footage now. And it sits a lot closer to the dash, so that's another plus. And I took my GPS and I chucked it in the back because it's really pissing me off. I don't know if it's the power port or the wire that I have hooked up to it. My son took the wire out, charged up my GoPro that I don't use anymore because the battery just downright sucks on that thing. But now it's like it'll stay running for like 5 minutes and then it drops out. The screen goes white or something. But when I feel the wire up by the GPS, it's pretty warm. I mean, it's not extremely hot, but it's pretty warm. So I think it might be the wire. So I'm gonna try to see if Rand McNally, if TA is carrying the Rand McNally power port now, or power cord. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that's all I got for tonight. When we get done here, I'm going to go to the Petro in Scranton, Pittston, whatever it's considered there. I'm going to go to the Petro there, take a quick shower, run up, drop this trailer off. My next load again doesn't pick up until 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So I'm going to have a bunch of time to kill. Just sleep in the morning and go grab that load. So 270 miles. But again, like I said, we'll talk about that tomorrow. So that's all I got for now. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe, and we will see you tomorrow.